We're following a developing story out of the Dominican Republic. Police there say at least 27 people are dead and more than 130 people hospitalized after a roof of a nightclub collapsed. It happened early this morning in the capital city of Santo Domingo.
Here you can see video from inside the club taken just moments before the roof caved in. As we speak, authorities say the crews are still digging through the rubble, searching for possible survivors. NBC News correspondent Priscilla Thompson is following this for us. Priscilla, it's still unclear what exactly caused this collapse, but that investigation is getting started. What are you hearing from authorities?
Right. So not immediately clear what actually caused this. And as you saw in that video, at one point you have a band and this merengue singer on the stage performing, and the next second it just goes black and you hear the screams and it is chaos. So it doesn't appear that folks in there got any sort of warning that this was about to come down. And of course, investigators right now are focused on the search for survivors. They've got nearly 24 different teams on the ground, plus volunteers that are working to try to find anyone in that rubble who may still be alive, working in 2-hour shifts to try to get anyone out that they can. And I should note one detail that we do know about what happened is that the band that was performing, their manager says that this all happened. They took the stage just after midnight, and about an hour in is when this collapse happened. So getting some information about the timing of this all, but still no word on what exactly caused it.
Priscilla.
This is the book Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh has not done it?" Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Imad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakah Kodash. Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh has not done it? Surely the Lord power will do nothing but reveal it His secret unto His servants, the prophets. And this is what we see in here. More chaos, more agony, all kind of different things taking place. A lot of evil. Some of you might look at these things and say, this is not evil. You know, the building was weak. Hey, things will happen just so. It's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Nothing does happen unless the Lord ordained that to happen. Alright? The scriptures talk about a sparrow being fall from the sky. You know, just roughly paraphrasing. You know, you could go to that real quick. You know, because the Lord knows everything. Everything has to go through Him first before it take place. This is Matthew 10 and 29. It says, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father." You know, without Yahweh Bashem Yahushai knowing something, you know, it is not going to happen. Everything has to be coming from Him first. You know, a leaf ain't going to fall off the tree without anything like that. Alright? The Lord is the one that kills and makes alive. Alright? Let's read it in the NLT here. Matthew 10 and 29 in the NLT, it says, "What is the price of 2 sparrows? 1 copper coin, but not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it." You see that? So nothing ain't gonna just happen just so. Alright? The Lord is the one that making these things take place. You know? So we see any things that happening, we see any time that we're living in. Alright?
and what exactly caused it.
Priscilla, what have we learned so far about the victims here?
Yeah, so tragically, we know 27 people have died. We know that one of them is Nelsie Cruz. She is a governor there, but also the sister of former MLB player Nelson Cruz. And as for the band on the stage, their manager is saying that the singer, Ruby Perez, was pulled out of the rubble alive, but unfortunately, their saxophonist was killed. So certainly a lot of just tragedy and despair on the ground there. And meanwhile, you also have more than 130 people who were transported to hospitals. We did just receive a list that a number of those folks are in stable condition, but no word overall on everyone's condition. And of course, they are still searching for additional survivors and folks in that rubble.
You know, spirits created for vengeance. All right? It comes in all different shapes, size, you know, different ways, different times. Yeah, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is to be feared. All right? You don't want to fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You want to be of this world. You want to participate in the things of this world. You want to go to nightclub and whatnot when this is the time to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. It is the time to know your true power. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indian city. All right? You know? You have a lot of jakes out there want to have fun. But guess what? The Lord right now, this is his time to have fun. You know? Because when he called, no one answered. Alright? No one answered when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua called. Alright? This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 14. And let's read from verse 15. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavenly unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Alright? It have many evil to come. A lot of different things is going to take place very, very soon. Alright? The MOTB is going to take place. That MOTB is going to bring out Esau, you know, full wickedness, you know. Where it is he's coming down he's coming down with great wrath, you know, Revelation 12 and 12. Alright? It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more than evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Alright? So a lot of people out here, you know, they want to participate in wickedness, you know. What in their eyes they've seen, it might seem to them that it's not wickedness, but it is wickedness in the sight of the Lord eye. Alright? The Lord gave you prophets on the highways and byways to hear this word. Alright? He made us do videos to teach you all, you know, what is there to come and what you all have to stop doing and to turn back. The Lord told us do what? Cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice as a trumpet and show my people their transgression and the house of Jacob their sins. But people don't want to hear that. Alright, the nation of Israel don't want to hear that. Verse 18, it says, the time is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen. Then answered I before thee, and said, behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present, but they that shall be born afterwards, born afterwards, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. You know? So this world is completely in darkness as you're seeing it. As you're seeing taking place, the world is in darkness. For people to be in part of these situations and whatnot, in these rubbles, it had a nightclub somewhere else also that caught a fire, and a good bit of people was deleted, and many more was injured. So the Lord is not playing. The Lord is bringing judgment upon this earth towards a rebellious house. All right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs. Spirit में बाबा कुशा. This is Proverbs chapter 1, start from verse 22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? All right? How long you Israelites out there will love simplicity? All right? You all believe in vain words. You all believe in all kind of wickedness. All right? Or they love the ways of this world. The ways of this world is vanity, vexation of spirits. All right? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Many of our people today, they hate knowledge. That's why they are going to be destroyed for a lack of knowledge. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. All right? Because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. All right? No man didn't want to take heed of what the prophets of the Lord was saying on the highways and byways. All right? They look at it and scoff. They look at it and mock at it. They laugh. They make fun of it. A lot of these people today, they heard this word. All right? They heard this word, and they got a chance to turn back to the Lord. But what they did, they refused this gospel. They refused this word. They rather celebrate different things. They rather take part in different paganism acts. They rather serve the so-called white man God Jesus. That's who they rather serve. But if you're serving that particular God, guess what? It's going to have destruction coming upon you. All right? And I'm talking to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians today. All right? Verse 25, it says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. All right? Or they want to look at the things that we're saying and push it aside and say, we ain't ready for that yet. It's not the time for that. We don't want to hear this word. Because all they feel that all they're more holier than thou. All right? As the scriptures talk about. Let's go to that real quick. Abakasha. This is Isaiah chapter 65. Let's read from verse 1. It says, I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold, behold, unto the nation that was not called by my name. I have spread out my hand. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which is Israel today, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts, a people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of bricks. All right? And this is what they're doing. All right? eating all kind of abominable foods, serving different gods and whatnot. Alright? Jumping down to verse 5, what it say here? It says, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me. Alright? So they think that they think that what we preaching and saying is not correct. You know, they believe in GC. They believe in Buddha and Santa Maria and the Hindu goddess and all these things. Alright? They believe in all kind of different things, but they don't believe in the true power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Verse 5 again, it says, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke in my nose, a fire that burneth all the day. See that? A fire that burneth all the day. Jumping down, just for the essence of time, your iniquities, verse 7, your iniquities and the iniquities of your fathers together, saith the Lord Yahweh, which have burnt incense upon the mountains, and blaspheme me upon the hills. Therefore I will measure your former work into their bosom. Alright, we see in these things taking place. Alright, the Lord will destroy you, because why? You refuse to hear this word. Alright, the Lord will destroy you Israelites because you refuse to hear this word. Alright? Alright, let's go to verse 12 here. This is Isaiah 65 and 12. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I have called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that therein I delight not. Alright? So because you choose wickedly, you choose the wicked path to follow, you choose the broad way, where it's going to lead to what? Destruction. Instead of you choosing the narrow path where one man at a time could pass. Alright? No, everyone wants to go in together and seek peace and safety and all these things. Everyone looking for a better tomorrow. That better tomorrow is not going to come until this man be put out of power, which is Esau Edom. Alright? So our people today is being judged. Our people today is being destroyed. Why? Because lack of knowledge. Alright? Let's come back here and let's close it off. This is Proverbs 1 and verse 24 again. It says, because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Alright? The Lord is going to mock when your fear cometh. Alright? And how he's going to mock you, how he's going to laugh at your calamities? Through the prophets of the Lord. The same way he speaks through the prophets of the Lord is the same way he's going to bring calamities, upon you and laugh at you through the prophets of the Lord. Alright? It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Alright? For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Because the Lord is the one that kills. He's the one that wounds. He's the one that do all these things. Alright? He bring life. The Lord is the one, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is the one that do all these things. Alright? So if you're studying why these things took place, You know, why all this destruction? You know, why so many people being deleted in all these different scenarios? Is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Alright? So with that, I hope this lesson here was edifying to the nation of Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect. This is your brother Imad Bayan signing out, and I will say, Shalom.